We are so pleased to be joined on the phone by the head coach of the Temple Wildcats. It is Coach Mike Spradlin. Coach, how's the weather?
Wet. Good. Hey, it's the reason we scheduled an off date this ninth week, so we knew it was going to rain, so it worked out real well for us.
You saw it coming. Exactly.
Absolutely. Saw it coming back a year ago, so we're in good shape.
Coach, we've been so impressed with your squad this year. The way that it seems like you guys have retooled on the fly. You lose your starting quarterback. You lose a couple of other key pieces on this team, but it seems like you've reinvented yourself just kind of as it goes. Did you know coming into the season that you were going to be this good?
Well, I tell you what we did feel like, guys. We thought we were going to be pretty good on defense. I mean, I saw it all spring long. Under Scott Stewart, our defense coordinator, and I did feel like it was going to be our building block for us. I thought we would have to find our identity offensively, and well, I think we've done that. The thing that I really stress with our guys, all summer and even this fall has been get better every week, and we really have done that. I mean, that's the thing I've been the most pleased with is I really believe each and every week we've gotten a little bit better, and that's what we're going to have to do. That's what we've got to keep doing, and of course that's a way to me. Our kids found out a year ago that you have an opportunity to make a playoff run if you'll just take it week at a time and game at a time.
He is Mike Spradlin, the head coach of the Temple Wildcats, joining us on DCTF Live. Coach, of course, the person that everybody thinks about when they think of Temple right now is your outstanding wide receiver, Davion Curtis. And you've coached some outstanding athletes in your day. How does he compare to some of the best players that you've ever coached?
Well, at the receiver spot, I mean, what he brings to the table that is absolutely unlike any kid I've had is the speed. I mean, he plays fast. He's running, and the thing he's done well this year is he's just really worked his skill set. I mean, his route running is quite a bit better than it was a year ago, and his top end speed is awesome as well. And he's drawn some double teams and things like that, which have allowed, quite frankly, Aaron Freeman on the other side, a kid that's committed to Incarnate Word, to have some pretty big ball games. So, Davion's a special athlete in his own right, and he's doing a great job for us. And we're excited about, what he's doing and what he potentially can do.
But I also know that you're an offensive line guy. That's where your heart is when it comes to this game. And I imagine it has to be pretty satisfying to you to see your team winning week in and week out in the trenches.
Guys, it's the key to winning on offense, and we're always going to stress the running game. We've thrown the ball. Actually, we think we're throwing the ball better than we did a year ago, and honestly, rushing the ball well. I mean, Devontae Neely's a young man who's a running back for us that's got almost 1,300 yards. We've got a couple of young kids who are coming on, got 500 yards apiece, I think. And then those guys up front are doing us a good job. Knock on wood, we've been lucky in the injury department there, and we've got 3 guys back, 4 actually that actually started games for us a year ago. Those guys are the reason why we're having success right now, why we're able to put some points up and do some things we do. And you're exactly right. I mean, that's where my love is, and we're not going to be any good unless those guys are good, and they know it.
They've been excellent this year. And you mentioned your defense. What kind of philosophy have you and your staff imparted on this defense? Because it seems like every time you're out there, you are just terrorizing the opposing quarterback.
Well, we've got some skilled guys there. Our 2 linebackers are the fastest guys at that position I've had an opportunity to coach, and then we're darn good up front. We've got a young man, Taquan Graham, who's been offered now by so many people, Texas included in that group, TCU, and then even Nebraska and some things like that, Georgia and all those guys. And he's doing a tremendous job as well. And then our secondary kids are playing really, really well. We're just fast on defense. I mean, I know it's an offensive coach. One thing I noticed last spring is when the windows close fast, that bodes well for us. And last spring the windows closed fast. The running windows closed, the passing windows closed. our guys are really, really doing a good job, fellas, of getting to the football. And then I think we're the best tackling football team I've had an opportunity to coach. I mean, we just, we're doing some things tackling wise. We've kind of changed our philosophy a little bit to the Pete Carroll style, if you will, of rugby tackling, things like that. And we've emphasized it, and I think our guys are doing a great job with it.
And of course, you're a Houston Cougar. You're a Coug, and
amen.
And I imagine that this season has been pretty fun for you watching your old alma mater play.
I'll always love, man. That was, we all go back to our youth, and that stuff. And I'm a Cougar at heart. I had an opportunity to play there and coach there, and I love what's going on there. I mean, I haven't had an opportunity to be around Coach Herman much, but I do know Corby Meekins, who recruits our area and was obviously the head coach at Westfield, and Corby's, a guy that actually Scott Stewart, my defensive coordinator, works for at Westfield. So we've got some ties there, and we're glad to see those guys doing their thing.
And, of course, we're talking with Mike Spradlin, the head coach at Temple here on DCTF Live. And, Coach, the other guy that you have a bit of a tie to, some guy named Art or Arthur. I can't remember his name. He's doing something around your neck of the woods. How closely do you pay attention to what your old teammate and your old your old boss in a kind of a regard when you were at Houston, but how closely do you pay attention to what he's doing at Baylor?
Well, I mean, real close. I mean, we've tried to pattern our style. I mean, that guy, fellas, is a real deal. I mean, he taught me more about football later in my career than any one human being has since I've been involved in the game. I mean, he's as innovative as anybody I've been around, and of course I forged some relationships and some friendships with Philip Montgomery and and those guys. And so what we're trying to do is very much like what they're trying to do. Now, we can't always do it like they do it, but you put your own stamp on it, your own philosophy. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. I've never worked for anybody, been around anybody, and this is not coming from any other place other than what I know that's as good at what he does, is as innovative as what he does, as Coach Briles does, and he's just the kind of guy you love to coach and play for. I mean, it's unbelievable, how he commands that respect without asking for it. I mean, it just happens. And he's a great guy and a great guy to play for, and he's a guy that I pull for each and every weekend. There's no question about it.
Coach, we hear it a lot about how what they're doing offensively is so much different than everyone else. Where does the separation come in what they're doing offensively compared to so many of the innovative offenses that are out there right now?
Well, Coach, he's never been afraid to try something different, and try to stay ahead of the curve. And I think, that's exactly what he does. I mean, it's still, even at Stephenville, guys, it was still steeped in the run game. I mean, that, and it's really, we all got our roots with Coach Yeoman and option football. And so really it's just the option game is still there. It's just in different forms. It's pass options, off the run game, things like that, that he does. And what we're trying to do are some of the same things. So, it's all still option football any way you want to look at it. And just trying to stay ahead of the game and be innovative and not do things, the conventional way. And I think that's what he does, and he does extremely well.
He is Mike Spradlin, the head coach of the Temple Wildcats, who are enjoying a bye week. Coach, please try to stay dry out there.
That's impossible. It can't happen. Not today.
All
There's
right.
no doubt about it.
Coach, thanks so much. We appreciate you.
You bet, guys. Thank you. Appreciate what y'all do for high school football. I promise you, I've been a long time, as you well know. I grew up with Dave Campbell's Texas football, and my 76 Cougs were on the cover. I think it's Bill Yeoman and Bobby McGay.
That's right.
Back in the day, and Bubba's a big friend of mine. And anyway, we appreciate what you guys do for football. I mean it.
That 76 cover has got Bill Yeoman with a stitched BY cardigan on.
No doubt.
It is one of my favorites.
Doubt.
One of my favorites. Thanks so much, Coach.
Mine too. Yes, sir.
Best
Thank
luck
you,
the
guys.
rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
There he goes. Mike Spradlin, the head coach of Temple Wildcats.